Hello, everyone. Tashena Lynette, your favorite holistic business coach here. And I'm super excited to do one of my regular classes of home-based business chat. Today, we're talking about why now is the best time to start a business and why home-based business might be a great place to start. And I'm super excited to be sharing this with you today because if you've been following me, if you've been watching me, you know that I recently elected to take a voluntary separation package from my day job at General Motors. And so I am now a full-time entrepreneur with my streams of income. And I'm super excited, right? So I've told in the past the story of like how I got from where I am to here. And one of the major parts of my story is like I've just always been a teacher. I've always loved to share. I've always had the knack to take a complex thing and break it down in a simple way and know the right questions to ask so that everybody can understand it. And I literally was at college, and at first I didn't want to go to college, and a bunch of adults in my life convinced me, yeah, you should go to college. And I one of my parents encouraged me to do accounting. I was like, there's no way. And they're like, finance, absolutely not. The closest I can give you is business administration degree in marketing. That's the closest I can give you. But I literally walked in there and there were tables for all of the schools. And I saw the education one and I was like, education, business. And I went business because that was going to make me more money. But I've just always naturally been an educator. And I've been super blessed because in my spiritual life, I do have the opportunity to give Bible studies to individuals. And that really did fill my soul for a long time. But even on my day job, I've always been the person who like would create a training manual and I would train the new person and wouldn't want them to be lost, even though it was never part of my core job to do that. And all my jobs have been jobs of influence where I have to help people influence and a lot of times train and teach them on certain things to get things done. In supply chain, I was tracking parts and influencing my suppliers. And now in facilities management, a lot of what I do is just corporate standardization and going in and reviewing and I use my relationships and I do that. But now I have the opportunity to do what I've been doing really for 20 years. When people are like, how did you get into coaching? I just really been naturally doing it for 20 years. I've been doing it officially for at least, probably 7 years in General Motors without getting paid for it. Within our employee resource groups, like our GM women group, I do group coaching, I do one-on-one coaching, I do workshops for my larger team on a regular basis when it comes to leadership, when it comes to personalities, when it comes to soft skills, when it comes to health, wellness, emotional wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness, how to stay above the wellness line. I've been doing that regularly inside of General Motors. And then at the end of 2020, I started doing it for myself on a regular basis. I'd already been leveraging Young Living essential oils and getting some income from that. And it fit naturally into me and my coaching experience. And now I'm going to be able to do that full time. And so that's one of the benefits. Your goal is to make that home-based business be your permanent thing. And I'm there. And that's why I'm so excited for anyone that's curious today about this. And why I'm so excited for you to get this information and for you to jump in immediately to join me. So, I should have been on this slide when I was talking to you. My story, automotive professional. But that's what I just shared while we were on the first slide. So, next slide. So I just love this slide, right? Because you guys, there's a lot of fear. And there's a lot of good reason. We see an economic turn coming. We've been predicting it for a little while, but large companies are reacting. There's some turmoil in the banking industry right now as I do this in April of 2023. I'm taking a voluntary separation package from General Motors. General Motors is doing well, but they don't want what happened in 2008 to ever happen again. So they're looking at their books. They're like, we have to reduce costs. We have to reduce $2 billion. And people are our greatest costs. And we know that 3,500 people leave periodically any given year. How can we push those 3,500 people out now and get them off the books and reduce. And that's what the voluntary separation package was about. It's all over the news. It's public notice. Everybody knew the details. They were asking me questions. So I'm allowed to share this. Mine is complete. Mine is good. My last official date on the books will be May 31st, although I'm going to a team building thing on June 2nd. And so people are panicking. People are scared right now. And you may think, well, if a recession is coming, the last thing I want to do is start a business. But I want you to see that the last time we had a great recession, starting here in 2008 in the United States and reverberating around the world through 2010, there were some amazing companies that were started then. Why? Because when there's an economic downturn, when there's issues, even when we went through what we went through in 2020, there's problems. If you can solve those problems, you can have a great business. And so these companies were created back then, companies that helped us to connect to each other more. As you look at these, like, how many of these do you use on a regular basis? How many of these do you at least recognize? So I use WhatsApp all day long. I've been using WhatsApp all day long right now. I use Instagram all day long. Square and Venmo are payment systems that facilitate things. If you ever been to any small size store that's local of any kind, you probably swiped out using Square. They have these, you can use it if you're just a vendor with the little swipey thing, but they also have a little larger machine, and I recognize it when I see it. Venmo is a great payment system as well. Groupon is one of my favorite way to find some discounted stuff. I use Lyft because Lyft is partially owned by General Motors and Uber is partially owned by Toyota. But Uber changed the game, y'all. Uber changed the game. And Pinterest, most people watching this probably use Pinterest. Not my favorite thing to use. But I do occasionally look for quotes and it'll pop up on Pinterest. So again, now's a great time to start a business because people are going to be looking. They have problems that need to be solved. And so now we will have the solutions. So why network marketing? We know network marketing has been done wrong. It's been done bad. It's been done irritatingly so often. And it has a bad taste in most people's mouths. But just like there are negative individuals in maybe auto dealerships or even lawyers, it doesn't mean that the whole industry of law should be thrown away. And it's the same thing with network marketing. And there are some benefits. So what are those benefits? You can build it part-time anytime, and you can build it from anywhere. That's one of the things that I loved. Everyone knows, I brag about all the time, I am your favorite gregarious, extreme extrovert. I love to people. People energize me. When I do the Myers-Briggs, I showed up as 93% extrovert. I don't understand the concept of people draining you. Being around people energizes me all the time. If you hang out with me all day at 2 a.m., I will seem so wired and so full of energy. And people are like, what is wrong with you? Why are you like that? Because I've been around people all day and they've energized me. 2020, March 2020 hit, and I couldn't have in-person classes anymore. But I was able to pivot my entire business online. And now, just like you're here right now, I'm recording on Zoom. I'm an expert at giving things on Zoom. I was able to build it from anywhere. I have been building my network marketing business now for 7 years, part-time. And there's been times where I've been so overwhelmed, I can't even show up. I can't even do anything for 3 months. Like when I had a whole husband walk away, or when I was bedridden the 2 times that I had to have surgery. And yet I can always come back to it because I can build it part-time. You can launch it, and we're talking about the whole network marketing industry, for as little as $500 to $1,000. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because your business partners have a vested interest in you. The way the structure works is you get ahead by helping more other people get ahead. You can create enough tax deductions alone to make it worthwhile as an individual that when they combine all of their income through their streams of income and their high income for here in Michigan. I actually resided with what I made last year. I resided at the very bottom of the top 5%. So when you guys say tax the rich, you're talking about me. And so the fact that I have a home-based business and I'm able to reduce my tax burden has been fabulous and amazing. You can learn it while you earn it. I went and I got my starter kit in January and I started earning in February while I was still learning. You can earn extra 500, 1,000, 5,000 or more a month. We've had people on the call that make all this and more. And with time and success, your income will be produced by hundreds, perhaps thousands. Those are some of the amazing benefits of network marketing. But why health and wellness? You can do technology, you can do finance, you can sell some bags. Well, the global wellness market reached approximately 4.4 trillion in 2020. Now, that is the latest one that I found. I don't know why it's always behind. I haven't checked in a few months. So because it's 2023, I'll check and see if maybe 2021 is there. The health and wellness industry has a growth rate of 9.9%. So it's still growing. It's not an industry that's retracting, not an industry that's more than mature. The wellness economy is predicted to reach nearly 7.0 trillion by 2025. The categories you can see there on the right side are very diverse. Categories including healthy eating, which I teach on, nutrition, which I teach on, weight loss, which I teach on, mental wellness, which I teach on, personal care, and which I teach on, clean beauty, which I teach on, physical activity, which I teach on, public health, which I teach on, prevention, which I teach on, personalized medicine, which I don't teach on because I don't have any doctor degrees, spas, which I do spa parties, wellness tourism, and workplace wellness, which I also teach on. So this is why I'm in the health and wellness industry, because it fits into my lifestyle, fits into the things that I like to share. And with that, why did I choose Young Living? Well, Young Living touches every single one of those categories that I just mentioned that I teach on. It's so diverse. And if you want a diverse portfolio, Young Living's for you. They also own their own farms. They have industry-leading research and testing with a seed to sale promise unmatched in the industry, better than organic standards. They have 25 plus years of experience. There's a low startup cost. You can really actually start for less than that 500 on average that we mentioned earlier. You can start for about 200, 225. And have the largest selection of essential oils, oil-infused products, and toxic-free lifestyle brands. So many times people are in my inbox and like, hey girl, can you buy this from me? I'm trying to hit a goal, send it a month. And I'd be like, but I sell that already. Like, no, I'm gonna buy it from my own store. And there's potential here. There is potential because we're talking about a business. It's important to talk about what can you earn. So just look at this chart and ask yourself, where do you want to be? I'm currently at the rank of a silver, which makes on average monthly $2,000 per month. We've had individuals on this call that are gold and platinum and diamond and even Royal Crown diamonds. We've done this call with. But just starting out and just sharing, what would $75 more a month do for you? Would that help you get some of those vitamins that you know you need to be buying? What about $250 per month? Would that help you have a little bit of gas money and buy all of the health and wellness things that you need? What about $450 per month? Would that allow you to have some gas money, pay off some bills? Even at that level, you can change your life. So I want you to just think back to that first slide that we had. Well, not the first slide, the third slide, I guess, where you saw those companies. You know, I lived through 2008. At the time I was married, and there was involuntary separations and voluntary separations, and we were constricting back then. And I had to leave where I was, contract position at General Motors. I went and got another job, came back to General Motors now as planned. And I basically doubled my income because 2008, 2009, my ex-husband ended up losing his job and we almost lost our house. And I said to myself then, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm never going to let that happen again. And so I went out, doubled my income, which was amazing. And then when 2020 hit, I already had a home-based business and that helped. I was sent home with less pay. I can't tell you how grateful I am that I made those decisions. So the time now is not to panic. The time now is to create tools so that you don't have to experience something negative like what happened in 2008 or even in 2020, what happened in some small businesses. So think about that slide and think about what if. What if I start my home-based business today? What if I just devote 10 hours a week and show up? What if? Where could I be a year from now? Time's going to pass anyway. So I implore you, consciously think about it and make a decision. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As usual, as you watch the replay of this, make sure you say hi in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an amazing evening. Bye, guys.